My name is John Martinez. I'm a graduate of the front-end track of Code Louisville. My project was to create a website for my friend so that she could promote her photography and have something to reference as a portfolio. So let's take a look.
Alright, here's my project. Now, this is live. In fact, this is hosted on a DigitalOcean droplet on a Ubuntu server running Apache 2. And I'll show you that real quick. You can see as I SSH into it. Another convenient thing about this is that I have my GitHub connected to the Apache root, so it's really easy to pull incoming updates and push them to the website live. So I wanted to show you that real quick before we get started here. Looking over at this main page, you see the front we have a slideshow that's called BX Sliders. It's a jQuery plugin that we have here displaying some of our favorite photos. Over here we have just a small little footer here. Connects to me, to my website, and to some of her social media. We have an about page, which is just a small about. She's talking about her photography and her interests. Here we have the gallery. The gallery is a JavaScript plugin called Flickr Swipe. It's really nice. It fit in with the website. I just plugged it in and wrote some CSS so that it would look nice and fit with the theme. It loads really nicely. We have our contact page here. And of course, all the website is responsive. It looks great on mobile. So she's very happy with it. She likes it. And I want to go ahead and quickly show you some of the code here. I'm actually not that impressed with it. I recently rewrote the entire website from scratch because I wasn't pleased with how it was written. Right here you see this is the index.html. It's clean, but it's could be commented better. The only page here that's really that unique is the gallery because it has all the Flickr Swipes classes and all of the figures for each one of the photos. Really what I want to show you is my revisions to the website. The only problem is that it is not currently live, and that's because it has some experimental features that aren't ready to go live yet. And that's the reason I'm moving so quickly, because I want you to see this. The branch is appropriately called remaster. And it's a complete revision. So if you want to look at the website side by side, you can sort of get a feel for the complete change, right? The nav has changed, right? It's fixed at the top, right? The front page, the slideshow's gone. I've changed it, right? And I've changed it because I wanted to make it more interactive. And I've done that with jQuery. And I wanted to present the photos up front to give people something to look at right away when they first to land on the page. Now, other than that, it's like I said, it's not completely finished, but I want to show you the code because it's a lot more impressive than what's currently live at the moment. So you can see the CSS is a lot more documented. The classes are simpler. There's more usage of HTML5 tags, less usage of excessive classes. Just looking at the HTML5, you can see that I have all of my tags commented. It's all detailed. Try to keep the structure as simple as possible while keeping all of the functionality that I wanted. CSS can be difficult with columns, so there's a few more classes here than I wanted to use, but it still ended up pretty clean. And then we have the photo swipe. And I want you to notice here that there aren't any figures here, and I'm going to get to that in a second, why that's different. And of course, all of our scripts are here at the bottom. Alright. Now I want to get to the feature that I'm most proud of, that I want to talk about the most, that I recently implemented, which is this app called Flickr Swipe. Now, one of the problems with using Photo Swipe is that in the previous version I had to manually type in everything, and actually we can see here real quick each one of these figures I had to manually type in, including the resolution. So I'd have to look up the resolution of the photo and type it in manually. That's not maintainable long term. And for a long time I wanted to learn how I could use something like Flickr to make it simpler. So I read up on the Flickr's API and I implemented this application, and what this does is it pulls in two photos from Flickr. One photo is the thumbnail and the other photo is the full-size photo. And you can see it here with the API key, the photo set, which is the album it's pulling, the user ID. You can see here commented out. This is a new feature I'm going to be adding in that'll test which page it's on, so it knows which photo set ID it should be set to. And it just goes through basically in a loop and gets all of the photos and then uses jQuery to construct it. So if we take a look here, we can actually watch on the console as it builds it. And while we're here, you can see that it's nice and responsive. I changed the nav menu to make it something more friendly to mobile, and of course that feature looks great on mobile as well. But yeah, so you see how it's getting all of the photos with JSON, and it's building the structure, which you can see here, all of these figures. It's really great, and what this means is all she has to do to maintain the website is maintain a couple photo albums on Flickr, which I've already pre-made for her. Only the home is currently what I'm working with, right? The other pages aren't created just yet, and I don't have content for them. But the albums are here, so that all she has to do is she can upload, and it will reflect immediately on the website. So if I delete one of these photos, it won't show up here. And that's what I really wanted to focus on. It's what I really wanted to show off. I'm very proud of this. It took a lot of hard work to get this built. I probably spent about 3 hours just reading Flickr's API documentation and playing around in the browser trying to make different JSON requests to try to understand how I would manipulate the data. And then I had to write some pseudocode and start looking up things in JavaScript so I could actually translate it out and make it into something that would actually work. It was no easy task, but I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with that feature, and I want to continue working on this branch and add galleries into portrait, wedding, and nature that pull from that Flickr albums. And that'll probably be it in terms of her website. I'm looking into Ruby on Rails to try to add a little box where people can sign up for a newsletter of sorts. I think that would be good for her to have a platform to share content in a more direct way. But that is the gist of the project, and I'm hoping to have the remaster branch merged into the master branch before August 24th. And that's really what I wanted to, it was a very quick video. It's really what I wanted to show in terms of my project. I wanted to make sure I got everything in there. I wanted to make sure that I went over this. Lastly, something I forgot to mention. Her website does have Google Analytics, which is there's not a lot of traffic to it just yet, but it's something that will definitely be useful, especially with things like being able to find what's the most common screen resolution, right? What should be focused on when it comes to media queries. So, and with that, I think we're good. So I hope you enjoyed this preview. Have a good day.
So thanks for taking a look at my project. As I said, my next steps are to implement more jQuery to have more features that can promote and display your photography. The next steps for me professionally is I'd like to enroll in Code Louisville's backend to learn Ruby on Rails. And I'm also interested in mastering a Java framework like Meteor.js. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.